And this is Grit for Life Radio. I am your host, Nate Parks, and welcome back, or just welcome. Maybe it's your first time listening to Grit for Life Radio. GRIT stands for Getting Ready and Training, so we encourage you to motivate your mind, build your body, search your soul while you're getting ready and training for life. If you are part of our Grit for Life workshop, you are listening to this. This is your day one mind portion of the workshop. Maybe you're not. Maybe you just found us on iHeartRadio. Maybe you found us on YouTube, iTunes. I don't know. And you're sitting there listening to this going, wait a minute, I'm not part of a workshop. That's okay. We'll let you stay. In fact, I encourage you to stay. If you are interested in saying, well, what is this workshop? It is something that we do about once every quarter. Not always. We do about 4 a year. It all depends on the scheduling, different things. Because Grit for Life has really grown. Grit has been around for 4 years. And we had started doing these workshops from the very beginning. And we have grown on numerous platforms. Some of you may be following me on TikTok. We're on TikTok. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Our main platform bounces between, well, I don't know. We're really changing it. We've been doing some changes. But right now, the thing that you want to do is if you want to stay up to date with when our next workshop is, you want to join our Grit for Life Facebook group. Because that's where we do most of our updates and keeping people up to date on what is going on, what we're doing. But we've got live events. We've done that. We've done small things. We've done big things. We're just here to change you, to change your mind, help you motivate your mind, build your body, search your soul. This workshop, though, what we're doing a little bit different than what we have done in the past. And that's why if you're not part of it and you're still listening to this, that's why you get to. Is we're actually taking a lot of the stuff and we're putting it into podcast version. Now, all of our podcasts actually also go to our YouTube. So not the whole workshop will be on podcast, but if you're interested in seeing what the next day's mind portion of the workshop is, go over and follow Grit for Life on YouTube because we're going to be adding everything onto that. But as I stated, I'm your host, Nate Parks. I am the founder of Grit for Life. I started this company 4 years ago, but we are taking a look at heroes and a hero. Over the next 4 weeks, we're going to be walking you through the steps of hopefully encouraging you to see how you truly can be the hero of your life, the hero of your destiny, the hero of your purpose. With that, one of the questions I ask people is, when we talk about these things, we say, hey, what's a hero to you? When I say the word hero, there is something that comes to mind. And maybe each of us are different. Some of us, I would imagine, would have the similar things, such as we might think of the Marvel characters, or we might think of law enforcement or firefighter or military. I don't know. The key thing is I cannot tell you what you should think about when you think about what a hero is, because to each person, that is different. Having served 17 years in the military, also having been a firefighter and law enforcement, I have served and stood beside numerous individuals who I would consider heroes. Along the same lines, I have had different people who have come and talked to me and said, hey, you're my hero. I had this happen recently, and I will tell you, the thing that I have discovered most about the individuals we consider heroes is most of them do not consider themselves a hero. I would never. If you asked me, hey, write down a list of you can write down anybody, write down a list of people you consider heroes. My name would never be on that list because I never set out to be a hero. I never wanted to be a hero. I don't really want to be a hero. I just want to be me. And that is the beautiful thing about heroes is most of the time, in fact, I would say a good hero all the time is someone who, one, never set out to be a hero, two, doesn't necessarily want the title of hero. The only thing they see is they're just doing what they would have done no matter what. In the day zero, on the workshop in the day zero video that can be found on our YouTube, I talk about you're You are the right person in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. That, in reality, is what I would consider a hero. You know what the beauty about that is? Think about that. Many times, you are going through a lot of things in your life and you would not consider yourself a hero. And if I asked you, hey, could you be your own hero? Could you be the hero of your story, of your destiny, of your purpose? I would dare say all of you would probably say, no, not me, man. Man, you don't know me. You don't know what I'm going through. I just want to give up. You don't understand. I have no more strength. You don't understand that I'm afraid. I am in despair, or I am just exhausted all the time. No, not me. I could not be my hero. But did you just hear what I said about the definition of it? Being the right person at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. That is you, my friend. You are here right now, in this place, at this time. And I know that given the right tools, you can do the right thing. And so I dare say that that is one of the first keys that I want you to understand. In fact, if you are actually doing the workshop, what I want you to do after this is all done, this is part of your soul portion of it. This is part of the thing. I want you to write in your notebook, I am the right person in the right place at the right time, and I will do the right thing. Like I said, most heroes do not consider themselves heroes. One of the things we're going to be looking at is different aspects of what society tells us a hero is over the next 4 weeks. And I want to tell you is that we can draw inspiration and motivation from all over the place. And we should start training our minds to do that. One of the things that I have spoken over and over and over when it comes to Grit for Life, and I tell people when they say, hey Nate, I want to change my life. What is something that I can do right now to change my life? And I just smile because I automatically know what I'm going to tell them. And if anyone's paid attention to Grit for Life in the past, you know what I'm going to tell you and what I'm going to say. And that is, I want you to spend the next 21 days, and if you're doing the workshop, you're already going to be doing this. I want you to spend the next 21 days, and every day when you get up, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to put on a motivational podcast or a motivational YouTube video. I want you to put something on that is positive. Because the thing about it is you are about to walk through your day and you're going to be hit from all different directions by life. So if you start your day off automatically with a positive message in your head, you are already arming yourself against the negativity that the world is going to bring at you. And so that's just a small tip right there. And we're going to be looking at that deeper over the next couple of weeks. But you need to understand that a hero gets ready. A hero steps up. But when I talk about seeking inspiration from all over, I am constantly, every day I get up, I'm saying, okay, my response is my responsibility for today. How I respond to this day is how I'm going to react to this day and how this day is going to go. And so what can I draw from the rest of this day? What is it that I can do, or what is it that I can pay attention to? It might be someone on the street. It might be someone says something to me, but I constantly am looking. With that in mind, I'm going to play you a soundbite. I think that really will set this next few weeks off in a very important way. I think this soundbite is from a movie. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. I'm going to set it up for you, explain what's going on in the soundbite. But I'm going to tell you, this message that I'm about to play, this soundbite, if you listen, I want you to listen to it, and I want you to listen to it again. And then not only do I want you to listen to it, I also want you to go to YouTube, and I want you to find this soundbite. And I want you to put it in your favorites, and I want you to play it because this soundbite is so impactful on where you are in your life and how you need to take a look at life. And I really believe that the characters in this soundbite are the epitome of understanding that heroes can be anybody. I don't care how tall you are, how short you are. I don't care in society standards how attractive or unattractive you are. I don't care if you go to the gym every day or if thinking about the gym in the last 3 years has made you nauseous. You have the power and the purpose and the ability within you to be the hero of your story. Let me set this soundbite up for you that I'm about to play. So this soundbite is from the movie Lord of the Rings and the Two Towers. If you're not familiar with this, this is the Lord of the Rings series written by G.R.I.T. Tolkien. The movie is done by Peter Jackson. This is not my soundbite. It's from the movie. And the two voices you're going to hear, or the main voice really you're going to hear in this, is this. The setting is this. One of the two main characters is Frodo and Sam. These two characters, if you're not familiar with the Lord of the Rings, are what are called hobbits. They're short. Many people consider hobbits don't have the ability to do really anything. In fact, the last thing anyone would ever expect a hobbit to be is a hero. But in reality, that's exactly what has happened. Frodo and Sam have been asked to save their universe by completing a mission, but it has taken everything out of them. And in the scene that I'm about to play, Frodo is exhausted. He is done. He wants to give up. He feels as if there's no hope. And he looks to Sam and he says, "Why are we even doing this?" And you're going to hear him talk to Sam, and then you're going to hear Sam's response. And Sam's response is what I want you to really pay attention to. So go ahead and listen to this soundbite, and then we'll talk about it on the backside of this.
I can't do this, Sam. I know. It's all wrong. By rights, we shouldn't even be here. But we are. It's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo. The ones that really mattered. Full of darkness and danger they were. And sometimes you didn't want to know the end. Because how could the end be happy? How could the world go back to the way it was when so much bad had happened? But in the end, it's only a passing thing. This shadow. Even darkness must pass. A new day will come. And when the sun shines, it'll shine out the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with you. That meant something. Even if you were too small to understand why. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now. Folk in those stories had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't. They kept going. Because they were holding on to something. What are we holding on to, Sam? There's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo. And it's worth fighting for.
Did you listen to that all the way through? I hope that you did, and I hope that you will go back and re-listen to that. Because it is so important to understand what is taking place here. We have these two individuals that no one in Middle-earth would ever consider heroes. And yet they were being expected to be heroes. You hear that they're alone, exhausted and afraid. And so many times in our life, that's where we find ourselves. We we put on that false face saying, I'm good. You ever ask someone, you ever go up to a counter and say, you're checking out at the counter and you say, hey, how's your day? And the person on the other side of the counter is checking you out, says, oh, it's good. How's yours? Oh, it's great. Is it? When someone asks me that, I usually will tell them the truth. Or when I ask them that question and they immediately come back with, oh, I'm good, I stop and I say, are you really? And they look at me confused because, see, life, my friends, happens. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to hurt. It's okay to feel alone. It's okay to be exhausted. What it's not okay is to give up. Because all of us are going to have those times in our life. You see, in that statement that Sam was saying, he understood that they can't change where they're at. Where you're at this moment, you can't change. What you're going through right now, you were meant to go through it. And you say, man, I don't want to go through it. I get that. Just like Frodo and Sam did not want to be the heroes of this story. They were tired. They would rather be back at Bag Ends in Hobbiton. They would rather never have ever been asked to do this. But they did. And they were there. And so they understood. So when we can understand, when we sit there and say, you know what? I am here. This is where I'm at. It may suck, but this is where I'm at. Then guess what? That gives us the power to do something. The moment that we claim with the understanding that this moment, right here, right now, what I'm going through is where I'm at, we then have the power to do something about it. You hear them talk about, Sam talks about, there's darkness in the great stories of old. There are darkness and danger. And sometimes we don't want to know the ending because we don't think there's any way there could be a happy ending. You ever felt that way? I have. I've been at those places where I have felt, there's no way I'm getting out of this. There's no way this is going to be a happy ending. The darkness has come over me for far too long. But a hero understands that this is where I'm at. And yes, the darkness seems too dark. But just as Sam said in the thing, there has to come a day. There has to come a day that the sun will shine again. And when it does, it will shine so much brighter because even the darkness, Sam says, even the darkness passes. You say, Nate, but you don't know my life. I'm 30 years old and it seems like I've had darkness all my life. I get that, my friend. I have been homeless. I have been unemployed. I have had broken relationships, broken marriages. I have been to the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. And I am telling you that the light does come. But so many times the reason that we feel the light it doesn't come is because we've given up to the point that we just stand still. And if I go into that middle of a cave, and I just stop and stand still for the rest of my life, guess what? The darkness will not pass. I have to be my own hero and say, I'm not going to stay here any longer. I'm going to take control. I'm going to find the way out. And it might cut me. I might have falls, stumbling in the dark. I may get cuts. I may get bruises. But dang it, guess what? I am going to take control. And I am going to get out. And that was one of the things that Sam says. He's like, you know what? Those people in those stories, they never gave up. They kept holding on to something. Something worth fighting for. And you may be listening to saying, but I don't know what's worth fighting for. My friend, you who are listening to this right now, you are worth fighting for. I'm going to say that again because I want those words to ring tough. You are worth fighting for. And if you were doing the workshop, I want you to write those words in your notebook. I am worth fighting for. You see, whether you're a hobbit, or whether you're a Marvel superhero, or whether you're someone who right now is literally feeling as if you have nothing left, you, my friend, are my hero. Because if you're listening to this, that means you haven't given up. And you say, well, I don't feel like a hero. As I stated earlier, most heroes do not, so you're in good company. I don't think I can be a hero. Most heroes don't set out to be a hero. So you're in good company. As we begin to take a look over the next 4 weeks, I encourage you to begin to open your mind and heart, your mind, body, your soul, to understand that you are the right person, in the right place, at the right time. And my friends, you are doing the right thing. Your response is your responsibility.